Andrew Griffiths here. I've got some books with Byte to talk about again today for you on Smallville. Thank you very much for tuning in. Hope you're loving the site as much as we are loving bringing it to you. So I've got three unusual books today. A couple of them are a little bit older, but they're books that to me have been very, very pivotal in my success. The first one I want to talk to you about is this book called Up Your Service. And the chap that wrote this is a guy by the name of Ron Kaufman. And look, he is really renowned for being a guy who is all about customer service. And there's a bit of a customer service theme in the things that I want these days. Strategies and actions, steps to delight your customers. Some of this stuff is a little bit corny. I get that people go, oh, you know, as soon as you start talking customer service for a long time there, people's eyes started to glaze over and people start getting bored with it. The reality is that customer service is actually being replaced now by customer experiences. And if you're not good at doing great customer interaction and experiences, then all you're doing is a transaction. And there's no loyalty in a transaction. There's no relationship building. It's just a transfer of money for a commodity, whether it be a service or a product. This book is one that anyone who is really fair income about building great engagement with their customers needs to read. So a lot of the sections here, and mine is padded and earmarked and dog-eared and all that stuff, simply because I love his philosophy and I literally have read this book many, many times. So a lot of it is about respect. A lot of it is about great examples, like at Sony. Staff at all levels wear similar vests and exercise in the morning together. In the Japanese culture, this helps create a family of unity and strength and build staff commitments. At IBM, a top salesperson sounds a gong to start the monthly meeting. It's a position of honor and everyone applauds. So that section is about how to get your team involved. Reward and recognition, training and development. What would you do in this situation? There's a whole part, and he's got a great little framework that he uses, and he talks about what kind of customers are you creating. So are you doing the ambassador who will work to promote you, or the advocate who's going to tell other people about you, or the loyal customer who wants to keep coming through to you, right down through to the terrorist that truly wants to hurt you. We've all had a few of those as customers. So it's not just a whole pile of fluff and bubbles. There's a strategy that I've actually used this in a workshop. It's been very, very effective. Are you creating terrorists or are you creating ambassadors? And obviously we want to be creating ambassadors. Very cool book. Look, it is a few years older, but I tell you what, I read it again the other day and I think there's nothing in here that I would turn around and say is out of date. In fact, I feel it's more relevant now than ever. Easy to get, go online, Amazon, Booktopia should be able to get this in. He's got a number of books out on this kind of topic. Any of his books are fabulous, and I mean that very sincerely. Okay, so we're on that same vein. This is another one, okay? This is about amazing your customers. Amaze every customer every time by a guy called Shep Hyken. 52 tools for delivering the most amazing customer service on the planet. Big ask, right? Very, very big ask. But again, another extraordinary book around this kind of concept. Now this one's a little bit newer. This one's only a couple of years older, but he talks about things like amazement, okay, and why we need to be amazing, why we need to create extraordinary customer experiences. Now seriously, if you're in small business, you're going to hear a lot more about this in the next few years because I'm going to be talking about it a lot, but we're going to start to realize that if we're doing mediocre, if we're just transactioning with our customers, they're going to go elsewhere. We have to make that interaction, this extraordinary experience. We've got to make it amazing. Oh, but I'm an accountant, or I do flowers, or how can I make that amazing? Everyone can make it amazing. So it's got some great concepts here about the introduction. Then the 52 tools around leadership, culture, one-on-one, the competitive edge, the community, all that kind of stuff. It's really very cleverly done. There's lots of little examples, and at the end of each chapter, it's really nice. There's a nice little summary that you go, great, this really helps me on that. If you spent literally a few hours and went through this book and implemented each of those 52 tools, I tell you what, I think you would transform your business. Okay, now look, it's American, it's a bit Americanized, I understand that sometimes that doesn't really work in the Australian market, but everyone who we read about here, they're all leaders and they're all talking about, hey, this is so important. So, nice book. This guy is a bit of a legend. I've been following his work for quite some time. Amaze every customer every time, 52 tools for delivering the most amazing customer service on the planet. I think should be a must read for all small business owners. And then the last one that I want to talk about just quickly is Jack Canfield. Jack Canfield I've known for years. I'm fortunate enough to meet Jack Canfield in the States, He's very much aligned with my own thinking, or I'm aligned with his thinking, is probably a better term. But How to Get From Where You Are to Where You Want to Be is this fabulous book. He's also got another one called 25 Success Principles. Both of them are really good reads. The thing about Jack Canfield is that his information is really good for small businesses. It's about philosophies. It's about, to me, it's like a motivational come inspirational book. It's not going to tell you about profit and loss, Excel spreadsheets, but it's going to talk about things like take 100% responsibility for your life. Be clear why you're here. Decide what you want. Believe it's possible. Believe in yourself. Become an inverse paranoid. Unleash the power of goal setting. Now, these are terms that you've heard, right? I get that. I've spoken about them. I've heard them before. I understand that. But the problem is, are you doing them? You know, are we doing them? The idea of this book is you've got these great ideas, 25 fabulous kind of strategies in one place, that if you went through and just said, every week I'm just going to implement one of these strategies in my business, the results would be astonishing, to say the least. And that's the kind of thing we want with these books. All the books that I'm really recommending to you are the same as that. Not that you read it, sit down and read it cover to cover and it transform your business, but if you do some implementing of the ideas, it will transform your business. And it needs to be like 25 key points or 52 ideas, or Ron's Wonders, that framework to use. So in Jack Canfield's book here, you know, clean up your messes and your incompletes, develop 4 new success habits a year, stay focused on your core genius, reject rejection, use feedback to your advantage, practice persistence. You know, all these kind of things are really good and meaty. So, you know, How to Get From Where You Are to Where You Want to Be by Jack Canfield is a recommend. I would definitely recommend that you buy this book. All the Jack Canfield, the 25 Success Principles, which is, again, just an updated version of this, actually. But Jack Canfield's got a lot of books out. His stuff is really very good. So that one, amazed every customer, every time. Awesome book. Up Your Service with Ron Kaufman, another great book in there. So if you read all 3 of those, I think you would be in really good shape in your business. That's all I can say. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed this. If you've got any ideas or tips or books you'd like me to review, or more specifics, let me know and I will gladly do that. All right, thank you.